Well, hello there. Going to do a bit of a different video this time. I'll get on the YouTube channels, mine included. You'll see people talking about their own kit. That's good. Not wrong with that. But I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to interview my friend and talk about his kit. So for now, bye-bye now. Let me introduce you to my old friend Tony Slaney. Experienced guy, not a bad lad. Don't tell him like that. Okay, we're going to talk about your kit, Tony, if you don't mind, mate.
No worries.
Okay, so starting with your tent, tell us about it, mate.
It's the Cloud Peak 2, exact same one as you've got. It's 2-person, 2 doorways, one on either side, and 2 huge vestibules. So you sport for choice, particularly when you come out on your own. You've got acres of space. You've got the options of, you know, in the summer you can leave both doors open, so you've got a nice through venting, nice draft, etc. But if there is 2 of you, you've got your own exit and entrance, and you've got loads of kit for you, loads of room for your kit, as it were.
Well, it does look roomy.
Yeah, what I do, generally speaking, is I put all the kit that I'm not using on the side that the door that I don't use, and then just keep the kit that I need to hand in the doorway, the cooker, etc. So it is massively roomy. You can sit up more than comfortably, and I'm sitting on my bed as well, my mattress. There's loads of space. There's space above the inner, so it comes inner and outer. It's stitched into, well, clipped in together. You set it up as one. The only downside to it is it's quite heavy. But it's bomb-proof. You know, it's got 3 poles, which you can see from the outside, which you clip to, and it's so intuitive. Once you put it up, you can rotate it to face wherever you want before you start pegging it out, lashing it down, and it's just bomb-proof. But as I say, the only downside is it is a tad heavy.
Is it expensive?
No, I looked at the Amazon website just the other day, and they're down to about 130 quid now.
Wow.
I mean, I think I got this for 150, 160, something there, that range. But I got this from AliExpress when I did get it.
Oh, from China?
Yeah.
And how long did that take to come?
It was about 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks to get through.
Oh, that's not too bad.
But that was before COVID. I've had the tent a while. So I've got a number of tents, so depending on what I'm doing, how far I'm going, and the weather, etc. Depends on which tent I use.
Superb. Looks good, mate. Looks good.
It is, I can't fault it. It's brilliant. It's got I've got my cover attached at the moment, the roof, as it were. It's 2 big vents up in the ceiling, a nice big pocket to stow kit away. What would have been perfect if you'd have had one both sides. So if there is 2 of you in here, you don't have to share, you can just have one each. Little pocket at the head end, as it were. But apart from that, it's quids in.
Looks great. Looks great,
really do like it.
Looks great. Would you recommend it to somebody starting up?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so easy to pitch as well, you know. 5 minutes, so simple, goes up really easy, really quickly, and it's fairly intuitive.
Excellent. Nice one. Well, thanks for that. We'll have a look at your other kit now, mate. Can I have a look at your pack, Tony? Tell us about that, please.
This one is the Gossamer Gear G4-20.
Wow,
I think
nice.
it's called. It's one of those roll top systems, so you can either just roll it up, fill it to the gunnels, and roll top its a closure, or you can actually, as I prefer, so I don't fill it to capacity, clip it down almost traditional style, as it were. Nice big elasticated back pocket.
That is big, isn't it?
It's monstrous. I mean, I can fit on my waterproof spare jacket. I usually put my chair in here, my fold-up chair, tent pegs, anything. I hit flasks, very important. I stash all that in there, and there's room for more. 2 pockets, and again, both elasticated. They're asymmetrical, so one is larger than the other. The larger one I generally fit my tent in, roll it up nice and tight, and I can fit it in that.
Oh, and that's so you have it at hand straight away?
Yeah, absolutely, because there's no divider like there are on most, so it's a single compartment. So you fill it from the top, and that's the only way. So once everything's in, you'd have to start humping everything out.
Right.
So I always keep my tent either on the outside in the pocket or in that rear pouch.
That'll depend what tent you've got though, won't it?
Say again?
What size tent you've got, or what big tent?
It's this actual Cloud Peak, which rolls down to about that sort of width.
Yeah.
And about 40 centimetres, because I have it quite long, so it fits in nicely.
Oh, right.
It's not a struggle.
And that goes in there okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, it's solid.
That's
Once it's
nice,
in there,
that,
it's
mate.
solid.
I've heard a lot about those packs.
Yeah, really good. And lightweight, it's only 895 grams.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I think
nothing.
I've got pack envy here.
But it's not uncomfortable when you fill it.
Yeah.
I generally, it's about 10, 11 kilos that I have it with fluids, etc. It's really comfortable. Well padded shoulder straps, as you can see. Chest strap, as per normal.
Yep.
A sternum strap, I think they refer to it. Lots of good padding. 2 big hip belt pockets.
Oh,
nice padded hip belt.
They're always handy, aren't they?
And they are a decent size as well.
Yes.
You know, you can fit loads in there. Good sturdy zips as well. And the bit I like about it is the area for the back rest, as it were.
Oh, is that a mat I can see there?
Yeah, it's a pull out pad. Now,
Wow.
I also put a little foam mat, so if I want to lie
great.
down anywhere,
Yeah.
I can just do that. But it's a pull out sit mat, slotted for venting, and really, really comfortable. And it goes in and out a treat. Really, really simple.
That comes out fast. You would use that, wouldn't you? There's
Yeah.
no hindrance there at
No,
all.
none whatsoever.
Yeah.
And when the pack's loaded, it does help give it a bit of rigidity, so it's not flopping around all over the place. Matron.
Oh, who are?
But very, very comfortable. I've had no problems with it. I've had it out in summer, winter, and as you can see now, we're well into autumn, and it's just the business. I love it.
Fantastic.
Absolutely love it.
And what's the name of that again? Sorry.
I love it.
What's the name of the pack again? Sorry, Tony.
Oh, sorry, it's the Gossamer Gear G4-20.
Wow.
It has got a top pouch,
Oh, yeah.
sorry, top pocket,
Yeah.
but it's very, very slim. That's the only downside to it. You
Right.
can't fit a great deal in.
But it's there in it for your phone and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah,
or whatever.
if you need it.
Yeah.
The only thing in addition that I got from Gossamer Gear was the additional pouch, so I could just keep my compass
Yeah.
or my phone in when I'm on the travel. It is water resistant, it's not waterproof. It's
Yeah.
the only thing that they do stipulate. But it just goes on with Velcro ties and very, very sturdy.
Yeah,
and you
that's
can fit a decent amount in there. A good sized phone, compass, and a few stickies, sweets and
Great.
stuff.
What's that blue cloth for, if you don't mind me asking?
That is just a rag that I use for wiping my forehead, wiping my face, but it's also for the summer. Put it in water, wring it out, whirl it around, and it uses silver nitrate technology or something like that.
Wow.
And it acts to cool down. It actually goes quite
Oh,
cold.
helps you cool down.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a great tip.
yeah. And also have on there a little lens cleaner for my glasses or sunglasses,
That's good.
wherever, just pops in and out.
That's the problem with glasses that we wear. That you need to keep them clean, don't you?
Yeah.
Or dry.
Yeah, especially if you're doing a difficult route and you're navigating,
Yeah.
you've got to keep your glasses clean, so you definitely can see where you're going or what you're doing.
Excellent.
So, Gossamer Gear G4-20, nice pack, and as the Americans would say, it's my go-to pack.
Fantastic. Thank you. Just looking at your sleeping bag there, your sleeping system, mate. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, starting from the bottom, it's the Climate Lux, static, insulated, a little bit heavy, at around 1 kilo, but it's extra wide and it's got the side barriers, so I stay nice and central on it.
Right, that'd be useful. If
Yeah.
you're like a wiggle sleeper.
Yeah, I am. I'm terrible.
Right.
And it's also, the R rating is, I think it's 5.2,
Wow.
so nice and warm, but it's very, very comfortable, but it does take some blowing up.
Yeah. Well, what do you use to blow it up? Are you manual or?
No, I use the flex tail pump, electric pump.
Oh, right, yeah.
Comes with a variety of adapters,
Yeah.
and it's here somewhere, bear with me. Flex tail pump, little USB charge,
Yeah.
and then if you put it on the other way, you can actually as opposed to inflate it, you can deflate as well.
Wow. I bet that saves a lot of blowing and...
It is, and it also prevents you putting moisture into the sleeping
clever.
pad as well, which
That's
can cause problems with mould, etc. So, but it does save your lungs and getting lightheaded. That comes later with the alcohol.
Nice sleeping bag, that mate. What's that one?
That's the Robins Couloir 350. There's a variety of them within the range. I think it goes from 100 up to about 600. Varying R ratings, TOG ratings, thicknesses and seasonal use.
Yeah.
350 is about the middle of the road, goes down to comfort level -15, I believe.
Wow.
Please don't quote me on that. But the thing I like about it is, one, the material. It's like a taffeta material, so really soft, and it's a centre zip straight down the middle, as opposed to being left or right-handed.
That's unusual with a sleeping bag, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You don't see many of them. The military systems do. Our old army DOS bags used to have a centre zip, and
they did.
As soon as I saw it, I realised what we've been missing. I think this should be the standard. I really do, because inside, on either side of the zip, you can just make out it's got two big thick baffles, which close up.
Yeah.
A nice big foot box, nice wide hood that pulls up separate. You've got a toggle for your shoulders as well to pull up, and there's a baffle in there. Yeah. And also one for your waist, so when you sat up in the morning, you can still cinch it up.
the air in.
Yeah, exactly. So it stays nice and warm.
Very clever.
But it is so warm. It's a 700 fill of down, synthetic down. Sorry, no, natural down. Yeah. I do beg your pardon. And it is so warm. I've never had a problem with it. And since I brought this, I've never used any of my other sleeping bags.
Fantastic.
Never.
Can you ask us how much it cost, if you don't mind saying?
I think it was about £220.
Wow.
But it's well worth it.
God,
the sleep I get, the comfort, and you know, I never get cold with it. I never get cold at all.
No, it's pointless scraping in it with a sleep system. Just get the best you can get.
Plenty of width as well. So I mean, as I said, I'm a wriggle sleeper, which is why I have a nice wide pad. And in this thing, I don't feel constricted at all.
Superb.
Yeah.
What's that white bag I can see there? That what you're holding there?
That's a Tyvek bag. It's a less expensive form of Gore-Tex, basically.
Tyvek, isn't that the stuff they put on houses?
Yeah, the building trade use it a great deal. Yeah.
Okay.
So very exact same material, very lightweight, very robust, big centre zip, and it's just used as a bivvy bag for my sleeping bag.
All right.
To prevent any moisture, in case there's any moisture from condensation. Not that you get it with this tent, because if you can see just on the left-hand side as you're looking, right for me, you've got big vent planes on the bottom, so it's get a nice breeze coming through. Plus the two top vents, I never have a problem with this. But it's just in case, better to be safe than sorry. Of course. And I also pack it in this as well, so it's another layer of protection, as well as this dry bag that I put it in. Right. So I don't use the stuff sack that it comes with. I put it in a dry bag. Yeah. And then when I get home, after I've aired it, I store it in its mesh bag. Yeah. So it allows it to loft. It doesn't compress the loft. Yeah. As such, or the insulation, because that's one of the areas of concern that you have with a down filled sleeping bag, is it compressing and staying compressed. Yeah. It can damage the down, can't it? Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, really comfortable. And as I said, the most important thing is I get a good night's sleep. And combined with one of my little pillows from home. All right. I did try inflatable pillows, but I've never found one that I got on with. Yeah. And I just had these cheap and cheerful pillows at home for inside my office. And I tried one of these, and I just love it. It's great. The best pillow I've had out here. Yeah. And if it works, why not? Yeah, why not? Yeah. That's right. And it all goes in together into one stuff sack, 12-litre stuff sack, and 20-litre stuff sack. Beg your pardon. And goes in first thing in my bag, bottom of my bag, because as I said, my the Gossamer Gear is a single sack. Right. There's no divider. Superb. Thank you. Oh mate, so your cook kit. Yep. I see you've got a jet boil there. No, well, partially right. I had a jet boil. It started to go a bit Pete Tong, so I lost confidence in them. A lot of people have, haven't they? Yeah. So what I did is I kept the actual the mug and the cook pot for it. Yeah. But I actually brought a Windmaster Soto Windmaster with the 4 flex as opposed to the 3.
Yeah.
And what I did using the Jetboil cook pot is I cut 4 notches in the bottom. Got a Dremel, just cut 4, marked it up properly, following tips of a good mate. Cut the 4 slots in so it sits in.
Who was the good mate?
He's not a million miles away.
Okay.
Modesty prevents me. But it just means that 1, it holds it on really steady.
Yeah.
And 2, it keeps those rings, the jet rings, which allow the heat dissipation, the heat spread, transfer a lot quicker, and it boils up. I mean, I'm always, you know, the broom monkey when we come out. So whenever I make it, it's, you know, 60 seconds flash to bang. Yeah. And we've got enough water for the turbos. That's
a great alternative to the Jetboil, isn't it?
It is, and it just saved, it's just a bit of utility. Saved me wasting it, throwing it away. You know,
but, you know, I'm not into slagging off kit, but that's 3 of it that's had probably Jetboils, isn't it?
Yeah.
Me, you and John.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've all reverted back to similar stores to the Windmaster.
But the beauty of that all fits inside the pot.
Wow.
So it all collapses up. The actual, let me get it the right way round. They just fold up, spring loaded.
That's neat.
Clips on the side.
Yeah.
Take that off the gas canister and it all fits inside the pot.
Fantastic.
Nice and safe, nice and secure.
Super.
And lightweight. It's I think it's only 90 grams, the actual 90 or 100 grams, the actual cooker itself. Then the weight of the pot, the feet itself, and it all comes into about 300-400 grams.
Superb.
Yeah, and it does the job.
Thanks for that. Thank you. It's a bit wet this time of year, isn't it?
Can be.
Can be. I mean, do you take waterproofs all year round, or do you just take them, you know, on the weather forecast, or do you take them all the time?
Depending on the season. Summer, looking at the forecast, I'll make a judgment call, and I'd probably just take my lightweight Hyper 140 from Berghaus. 140 grams, Gore-Tex. There's no thermal capability with this. It's not going to keep you warm, but it is going to keep you dry. Yeah. So it's part of a layering system. Put, you know, a couple of layers underneath. Yeah. Either a fleece, a couple of I've got the Montane micros and the darts, etc. And the alley. That will keep you nice and dry. And that does work in really bad weather, does it? Yeah, it does. I've had it out in some horrific, well, we've been out in some horrific weather, and I've just had this on. Yeah. And it's done me fine, especially as I'm walking in. I don't like to wear a lot of waterproofs when I'm walking because of the sweat build up, etc. But I don't want to glow. That works really, really well. Really, really well. Do you wear waterproof trousers? If I need to, I do. I've got the Chanxi. I never found a good waterproof trouser that I was really comfortable with, or that I liked, until I got these. And again, I did my research, read the reviews, and yes, they are expensive, probably close to 150, 200 quid, depending where you get them from. Yeah. But they're an absolute godsend. They're brilliant. And is that Berghaus again? Yeah, Berghaus waterproof, Gore-Tex. I mean, Berghaus has really found its soul again, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I think you come out with the perfect phrase. They went wayward and they tried to go a bit too commercial beforehand, and now they've got more technical. Yeah, they have. Yeah. So it's got a 3/4 zip, so you can get them on over your boots. Yeah. A nice wide gusset at the bottom. The zip is 2-way, so you can open it for ventilation should you require it. No pockets on these, but they're lightweight. It's only 140, 150 grams. Wow. For the trousers, and that's good protection as well. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't like to tab far in these because you do get warm. Yeah. You do get warm, but they are Gore-Tex, so there's a lot of breathability in there. And as I said, you've got those options of the waterproof zips, and these are truly waterproof zips with a good backing. Yeah. And a good. You can see from here they're really well made. Yeah. Nice. They are. I've never had a problem with these. Great. And for the jacket, I've got it's the Berghaus again. It's the Vented Pro waterproof, and it's got the pit zips. Right, so that's like the matching jacket to the trousers. Yeah, it's very, very similar. Yeah. It's not the Chanxi type jacket. I can't remember the name of the jacket now, It's like a model or two down,
Yeah.
but it works perfect. And again, if I need to, I can always double up with that.
Yeah.
Because I'll always carry this.
I think that's great doubling up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't beat it.
No.
You cannot beat it. Velcro adjusted cuffs.
Yeah.
Cinchable waist. Formed hood.
Yeah.
Or semi-formed hood with a peak. And you can draw it in.
And does that follow your head movement okay?
It does, perfect. Yeah. It's meant to be to wear a helmet underneath.
Yeah.
But it'd have to be a slimline helmet. It
Yeah.
needs to be big and bulky.
Yeah.
But it is a brilliant waterproof.
Yeah,
and
great.
I've got absolute confidence if it's lashing down that these are going to keep me dry.
That's the way to be, mate.
Being bomb proof, I'd put that over the top as well.
Yeah. Yeah. These are, I think, what's that firm? Is it Paramore? Is it Paramore?
Paramo, yeah.
Yeah, Paramore. They do the layering now system, don't they? Which I think is far better.
But we've always known that.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
And you know,
from our background, definitely.
Yeah, just layer up and get as many layers on as possible to keep warm or to keep waterproof. And if it's Gore-Tex, you know, there's less chance of condensation and, like you say, getting too warm.
Exactly.
You know.
And then, you know, just as you can put layers on, so you can take them off. I mean, the first thing we do in the morning, we put all our layers on. Once we've packed up, we move out, and then we start doing vent breaks where we take a layer off.
Yeah, yeah. And that's great. Thanks for that, Tony.
You're welcome, mate.
What do you do in the way of warm kit, or do you bother with warm kit, or?
It depends on the time of year and the weather.
Yep.
If it's going to be fairly decent weather, obviously I won't bother. I'll probably just take another few light layers.
Yeah.
Such as a fleece or something like that. But for now, I saw the temperatures were going to get lower, and it's starting to drop as we speak. I have my warm kit in a waterproof bag, waterproof stuff sack. My old hat from my biathlon days.
Yeah.
I have a
yeah. I've seen one of them for years, mate.
Yeah, it's literally what I used to wear when I was racing.
Did you?
Yeah. I have a woolly hat anyway, which I have in my my backpack in the pocket for wear during the day. But again, one of the principles we were taught in the army, you know, dry kit for night.
Yeah.
Always put dry kit on. So if that does get damp, it's going to make me cold. So always put dry kit on.
Yeah.
And then inside here, I've got jacket and trousers. The jacket is it's a no particular brand name, just nice and cheap, nice and light.
Yeah, but that's still great kit.
Yep, it keeps me warm, does the job.
Yep.
Fits nice and snug. And then in my pockets, I always keep them in here, are first of all some spare plastic paper.
Yeah.
My booties.
All
down
right.
booties for wearing inside when I get inside my sleeping bag.
So you wear them inside when you're sleeping?
Yeah, because generally speaking, if anything's going to get cold inside a sleeping bag, it's going to be your feet.
So what do you prefer, down or synthetic?
If money was no object, I'd probably go down.
Right.
But synthetic's got its advantages that if it gets wet,
Yes.
it's still going to retain the warmth. Down doesn't
Very
particularly
true.
well.
Yeah.
So again, it'd be weather dependent. If I had bags of money, I'd have dry kit, wet kit to take it in and out, you know, and just alternate. But these, again, from AliExpress.
Really?
Yeah, cheap as chips. But the only drawback to AliExpress is you've got to make sure that your sizing is right.
Right.
Because the Asian market tend to have really tiny feet, tiny bodies, so you've got to calculate that in.
Do they compensate for that on AliExpress?
You just got to look at the reviews,
Yeah.
and then just make a judgment
Yeah.
from there. So these go on. Sometimes if it gets late at night, I'll put them on the inside my tent boots as well.
Right.
So they're on the inside.
Be nice and
The only
warm.
thing is, you just got to make sure they stay dry.
Yeah.
And then trousers. I had a hell of a job finding decent trousers.
Yeah. It's a
that
hard call.
Yeah, that you could compact down, lightweight, but still nice and warm. So I had to spend a little bit on these. The Montaignes. It's about 120 quid, I think it was, for these. 120 quid.
Well, that's not a lot of money in the scale of things, is it?
No, it's not if you value your warmth.
No.
So these are Pertex outer, good insulation, nice and warm. Couldn't walk in it. You wouldn't wear these for doing the approach walk in.
No.
You go down with heat stress.
Really?
Yeah.
That warm?
Yeah, they are really, really
superb.
warm. Quarter zip, so you can get them on over your boots, although I wouldn't advise you doing that because it's going to get them manky and wet.
Sure.
So I generally put these on inside my tent.
Yeah.
If it's raining, I wouldn't leave the tent with these on because you want to keep them as dry as possible. Although they've got Pertex, so they are water repellent.
Yeah.
And then in my other pocket of my jacket, I've got a pair of lightweight gloves.
Wow.
If it gets really cold and I still want to use my phone, because these are got the silver bits.
Oh yeah. Touch sensitive things.
Oh yeah. For summer, light shade, mask, put over my eyes.
That's great.
It works. I mean,
is that for sleeping in like?
Yeah.
That's great.
Because if it's really bright, I mean, I can't sleep in daylight.
No.
If there's any
Neither
light,
can
I won't sleep.
I struggle with sleeping when it's light o'clock.
And also, probably one of the most important bits of kit I have is the ear defenders, earplugs. So if it's raining or really high winds, you're not going to get sleep without these.
Or I'm snoring.
I was going to try and keep that a secret, Michael. Our little secret. But
the secret's out.
But silicone earplugs, nice and comfortable.
Wow.
They don't stick out too far. Wet them, put them in.
Yeah.
Good night. That's it.
That's clever. Noise. That's clever.
Yeah. And they are invaluable because sleep is precious.
Of course it is.
And you've
got to be fresh, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. And these will give you a good night's kick. You won't hear anything. So if you've got an alarm set, you've got problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it on vibrate because these are brilliant. And these stay in my pocket, so I know exactly where they are.
Wow.
And because they're in my pocket, obviously this is the stuff that I use to augment my sleeping bag if I need to.
Yeah.
So if you start to feel yourself getting cold, if it's just tipping outside of its temperature range parameters, put these on.
Layer up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's two schools of thought really with layering up inside a sleeping bag. Some people say that you should let the sleeping bag do the work. And some people say, you know, you should layer up inside the sleeping bag. I'm personally on the side of the layering up. What about you?
Yeah, I chose this sleeping bag because one, it's lightweight and it's got a decent temperature range.
Yeah.
But to be comfortable and to be safe, if it started to drop really cold, as we've been out when we went to that bothy.
Where was that? Crossfell.
Yeah, Crossfell.
Crossfell. Yeah, that was cold, man. Yeah.
I had this on underneath.
Yeah.
Now I probably could have got away without it.
Yeah.
But for comfort and security, put
What's the
this
point?
on. I'm toasty all night. Put the earplugs in. Once my eyes shut, I don't wake up till the morning, or until my bladder tells me to.
Well, the thing is, that's how we were taught. I mean, we've done a lot of work in the Arctic Circle back in the day, and you were taught to layer up.
Yep.
And I'm not sure where this principle of letting the sleeping bag do the work, even though I won't be against it totally.
No, and there's nothing wrong, but again, for the utility of a nice lightweight sleeping bag, and this is, I mean, as I said, 900 grams, thereabouts.
Yeah.
Comfort rating, they say it'll go down to about -14, 15, but I would still err on the side of caution. I'd still have my Tyvek bag around it, and I'd still layer up inside it.
Yeah, and the beauty of that is when you're layering up, you've got like a dual purpose kit. You can, like you say, wear it lounging around the campsite.
Yep, exactly.
And
when we were in that bothy, I mean, wood was spare. So we only had limited amount of wood, so we just made sure we were nice and warm. And it works, and it's the same principle when we're out, you know, on the march in or the march out. Layer up accordingly, and if you need to, vent brake, take a layer off.
Well, thanks for that, Tony. That's a great, you know, some great tips, and all people latch onto it.
I've got copyright on them.
No, you're not getting any of that.
Oh right, okay. Damn it.
Another big thing nowadays is electrics in it. You know, we've got cameras, myself using the GoPro at the moment. We've got phones, blah blah blah. I won't say it's an essential part of backpacking, but it is creeping in, isn't it? And it's essential nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have electrics yourself?
Yeah, I always keep an electrics bag, as it were, in a dry bag. I also made these little items here just to keep it warm and protect it in winter.
That's very clever. Remember that time we went out during the winter and all our electrics just fucking they were useless, weren't they? They were useless.
We were all right, just the electrics were crap.
Yeah. I lost a lot of good video because of that.
Yeah, so keep it all in a dry bag.
Yeah.
Charge it up before every event. I've already put this on. Oh,
what's that?
It's my Goal Zero Lighthouse Micro.
Wow.
It's a light I use for the tent.
Yeah.
It's got its own little internal hook, just folds flat. I like it because the press to use button, you've got to really dig your thumbnail in. You can't accidentally activate it.
That's clever.
2 options, all 4 LEDs or 2 LEDs, and you can dim, brighten as you wish. So there's a huge range of light settings that you can have it on.
Yeah.
Almost infinite. And it's charged up by a simple USB, flip out USB.
Wow.
Charge it.
That's clever.
Dead easy. One of the first things I always put in.
Where did you get that from, Tony?
That I got from... Oh, there's a question.
There's a question.
Yeah.
Well, what we'll do, we'll remember later, we'll put the links on the description.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, mate. So what else have we got?
I think I got it from Ultralight Outdoors.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are some great kit, them guys.
Yeah. The pump, which you saw earlier.
Yeah.
The flex tail pump. The Black Diamond Revo.
Yeah.
As my head torch.
Great head one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
USB charger.
Yeah.
You can use the provided Goal Zero, Black Diamond rechargeable batteries in it,
Right.
or you can take them out and just use standard AAA's.
Well, that's a godsend, that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do
So you got
keep
an
a spare
alternative
set.
there.
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds. Again, you've got to press and hold for it to activate. It does come with a lock.
Yeah.
And a number of light modes, from white to red. Use both sets of LEDs,
Yeah.
dimmable, etc. So a brilliant bit of kit.
Looks
Just
it.
over 100 grams. Charges up in about 2 or 3 hours.
Nice and bright, is it?
Yeah, it's massive. I think it's 180 lumens.
And
Puts
that's
out
more than enough, isn't it?
Yeah, massive.
I think people get bogged down with lumens, and I think about 150, 180 is plenty in it.
Yeah. I mean, I've never used it, I think, at full capacity at all. I just use it as if I need to go out for the toilet or just check on my guy lines last thing at night before we go to bed. And that's all I use it for, really. I'm at an age now where I don't take that many risks. So night nav, no, if I can avoid it, don't do it.
No. That's old days, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wisdom. I prefer.
Yeah.
And then I've got my charger pack.
Wow. What's that?
So it's a little plastic case. Inside there's an Anker 10,000 battery.
God, that's tiny.
Yeah.
Mine's double that size.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this will charge my iPhone 4 times.
Wow.
So for everything that I've got in here, my tent light, which that will last 80 hours, I believe, on its lowest setting.
Well.
Exactly. I'm never going to use that.
No.
But if the cold, like we did
Yeah.
previously, when the cold did affect.
And we did struggle there, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I had to charge everything up.
Yeah.
Because of the cold. Spare batteries for the Black Diamond.
Yeah.
And then leads on the other side.
And you got all the different types of connection, micro,
Correct.
C-type, all that.
Yep. Everything
And
in there that
you
I
use
need.
iPhone, don't you?
Yeah.
You got all those cables in there as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Superb.
All tucked up in one spot. And it's kept in, as I say, my waterproof bag. In there. Jackpot.
And then you got your thermal insulated bag as well. Keep
Yep.
it nice and warm.
And what I do for when it really gets cold, I put one of those or 2 of those hand warmers, the chemical hand warmers
All right.
that you break. Open one of those, just stuff it inside.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it lasts, you can get up to 8 hours in those, so it's more than enough for the march in.
That's perfect.
And then just put it in again for another one in the morning. They take up no space, they weigh nothing.
Yeah. What a
it keeps
clever
on
idea.
doing-
But a lot of people latch onto that.
Yeah, it's just,
But I will patent it.
I wouldn't expect anything else. But it just preserves your electrics, so you've got a lot more confidence that when you
Yes.
open the bag, go to use them,
That is a
they're
good
going to
idea.
function as they should.
Because it's getting chilly now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We only sort of like still in October, autumn, like you say.
Yeah.
But you can feel the temperature dropping, and you can lose a lot of charge in your kit.
Yep, absolutely.
Superb. Well, thanks for that, Tony.
Welcome, mate.
Thank you very much.
That was my money.
It's in the post. You got some nice kit there, mate.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
You've obviously been at the game a long time, you know your stuff. What would you say your favourite bit of kit is out of all the kit you got? If it's a luxury item, let's call it a luxury item.
Luxury item. Apart from my waterproofs and my boots, which you've seen before, I think at the moment it's probably these.
Right.
These little vapor bottles,
Yeah.
VAPUR. I used to carry a couple of hip flasks, for my alcohol problem. But once the hip flask is empty, it's then dead weight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how, even the Stanley ones, they're quite lightweight, but they are a weight and they take up space.
Yeah.
So with these now, they're just like the our pea bottles. Just rolls up, and it actually holds, surprisingly, 800 mil.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
And
what do you put in there? Sort of like a
10 ounces, 300 mil. So more than my hip flasks did.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And like you say, once it's finished, just fold it up and put it away.
Yeah, I was concerned because all the reviews said there was no transfer of taste. You can get on some plastic bottles.
Yeah.
But there isn't. I tried it with just water, and there is no transfer of taste whatsoever.
Wow, because I've always had that problem.
Yeah.
Especially when I drink out of my pea bottle.
Yeah, I think we've just stumbled across the problem there.
Yeah, I think you might have.
But yeah, this is my favourite little gadget at the moment. From the luxury items, that and my pillow, I suppose.
Pillow, yeah.
That's a cheap.
I love the pillow, it's great.
Yeah.
The pillow though, going back to that, it just goes to prove you don't need to buy expensive kit, does it?
No,
you've
you
got
don't.
something there that's functional,
No.
compresses nicely.
It does. It folds up. Well, compresses into nothing. Fits nice at the base of my rucksack.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that because a lot of people get bogged down buying expensive kit all the time, and there's no need really, is there?
No, not at all. I mean, I do look around. The one thing I always try to do, something I copied off of you as well, is just read all the reviews.
Yeah.
Research everything first of all, read the reviews, then make an informed decision, as opposed to rushing out, buying something that it's going to be a waste of time and money. It
really is worth getting on YouTube and looking at the reviews for kit, and not just YouTube but the other sources as well. Yeah,
there's some great information out there. You just got to search for it, find it, and then do the deed. Once you've researched it, make your mind up, then go and make the purchase and use it. And that's the great thing. I mean, you touched on it earlier when we was coming up the hill, about when you're injured or you're getting older in life. It's just modify what you do, what you take, and what you're going to carry. I mean, the biggest thing that we've always found, and we've said it virtually the same every single occasion, we take far too much food, or we've had far too much kit. So we just learn to pare it down. Modify it.
And that comes with experience, doesn't it?
It does.
Getting out a lot. We do get out quite a lot, really, taking things into consideration, having busy lives and that, but we do get quite a lot, really.
It does. And one thing that's helped me is, I know people chuckle at me when I say it, but I made a database with all my kit, and I've weighed every item.
I was going to ask you about that. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's just a simple Excel spreadsheet. And I, first of all, weighed every piece of kit I had accurately. So it totals it all up. And then for each sleeping bag, backpack, whatever piece of kit, I've got it all laid out. And then depending on the season, depending on my loadout. So I'll have my Talon 33 litre Osprey for a really summer single night. Either a Lanshan, or I can swap it out for my laser. And it just tallies up the weight for me. And then what I've done is I've made 4 files within it. So I've got summer, hot, summer, oblique spring, autumn, and winter.
Because it's 4 different games, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. 4 different sets of kit. And again, I can juggle that around depending on the distance. I mean, today we didn't come any great distance. So, as you know, I'd already packed the laser.
Yeah, you were saying,
but because you said the distance was quite low, I said, right, I'm going to screw it. I'm going to take the Cloud Peak, more weight, but compensate with that with the shorter distance. So, swings and roundabouts. Chop and change. And
I do like the Excel spreadsheet idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's brilliant, and it just tallies up. Obviously, it's dry weight.
But
it doesn't take the brains of an archbishop to work out. 2 litres of water. There's an extra, 2-3 pound. And you just tot it up that way, and I just keep it as a base weight. so I can keep an eye on it. And I know then, because I'm prone to forget stuff, and it's not just an age thing. Alcohol has helped that part. I do forget stuff occasionally.
We all do, don't we?
Yeah.
We all do.
Yeah, so it's just a little ready reckoner as well for, you know, kit load out.
Yeah.
So it's all in my man cave, stashed away, cleaned after every event, put away, then ready to rock for the next time.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Cheers.